ranking, you're crazy. Mario Kart hot takes by JigsawFlex. Although I don't know, we might have to watch top 10 sexiest warriors, guys. We might have to. So there we have it, gamers. So this is the so much. If you guys weren't already, this is the so much patented technology of the hotometer. So as always, he starts in the neutral zone. As always, if you get here or above, if you stay here or above, I would say this was worth my time, right? I will say this worth my time. But if it's anywhere down here, if it's like over here, I'm disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. If it's down here, you shouldn't have made the video, brother, I'm gonna be honest. But you start in a neutral zone. So Mr. JigsawFlex, you've got one hell of a title to redeem. Are you gonna redeem it? Let's begin. Let me know if the volume's good, chat.
It introduced gliding, has good controls, and has one of the best track selections in the series, with both new and old tracks. Also, it has the best Rainbow Road. Certified Hood Classic. Mario
Kart 7 is the most underrated. Is one of the most underrated Mario Karts. Hang on, let me. I don't know. So I'm gonna be honest, Mr. JigsawFlex. So far, I'm disappointed. Actually, you know what? Should we rate this? Because I think he's gonna read a take and then give his own opinion. So I think we should have one for the audience as well. I don't think it's unfair to rate JigsawFlex low for this. So instead, we're gonna add another file, chat. We're gonna add another file for the audience. So pointing soy to represent the audience of JigsawFlex. And so far, what are you guys thinking? Hot? Not? I'm definitely so far cold. It's just getting chilly. It's getting a little chilly here because to say Mario Kart 7 is one of the most underrated one is no, I wouldn't say over. Yeah, see, Ziddy says it perfectly. Overhated, maybe a little overhated, maybe a little forgotten because of 8 took all its mechanics and did it better. But underrated. You guys know me. I'm very particular with the word underrated. So this isn't like the most freezing thing, but we're getting cold here. We're getting cold. I'm not gonna lie. Can JigsawFlex bring it back?
All right, well, I guess this is kind of a valid take because
no, Jigsaw, you're gonna join him. Jigsaw, no. I was thinking you'd be better, brother. So I think you have to join your audience unless you bring it back somehow. Let's see.
Mario Kart 7, despite it being like a super rushed game, was actually a
super rushed. I've not heard this one before. Was it super rushed? I thought Super Rush was the golf game. I didn't know it was Mario Kart 7. Anyway,
really good one. I was also a fan of the controls. The gliding mechanic is actually a lot more superior than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's, and the retro track selection is literally like the best one in the series. Like, I don't know why this game.
Yeah, you're mentioning all the reasons as to why it's not underrated, because I think if there's one thing that everyone always comments to 7 about, and no one will disagree, is that it probably has the most consistent track selection amongst the entire series. I don't think a track with this selection of consistent tracks could be classified as underrated. Maybe not now. It was rushed because instead of adding Waluigi, they reused the Mario mode and made Metal Mario. Really? I actually didn't know that, because no versus mode. Didn't actually know that. Thank you for that, Potato.
Much flat. Personally, I think it's because a lot of people still hold on to Mario Kart Wii, such as myself. So I think after having such a banger game in the series, Mario Kart 7 pretty much...
guys, prayer emojis in the chat if you can't wait for the Mario Kart Wii stands to finally fucking die.
Got overshot.
The Super Circle Uprising will happen.
One of the best Mario Kart...
Bone Dry Dunes is one of the best Mario Kart in Nitros. Okay, alright, do you know what, audience? I will. What do you think, chat? I think 2 steps. I think the audience goes up to that's pretty spicy. That is pretty spicy. Bone Dry Dunes is definitely not one of the best MK8 Nitros. I think as a track in the Mario Kart series, it's definitely on the upper end. But when you're compared to some of the goats in Mario Kart, I don't think you can be. I just don't think you can be. Mario Kart it's got the like I said, it's got the Mario Kart 8 problem of when everything around you is super. You're not really that super. Does that make sense? And I think that's what Bone Dry Dune had. Put Bone Dry Dunes in 7 or Wii, it is like one of the best tracks in the game. But amongst the goats, it just can't happen. So I'm gonna raise you up 2 steps. Let's see what JigsawFlex thinks.
Part 8 Nitros. Now, if this was me back in like 2017, I would have totally disagreed with you, but now I kind of vibe with Bone Dry Dunes.
Really? He kind of so okay. He said kind of vibes. He didn't say he thinks it's the best neither. So I will reset him back to neutral. I'm not going to put him up here because remember the guy said it's one of the best, whereas he just said he kind of vibes. So I'll reset him back to neutral for that JigsawFlex.
Personally,
you're back in the green.
My favorite Mario Kart track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but it's definitely up there, especially after you learn how to play this damn track on 200cc. It's a lot of fun. However, I think I know why a lot of people
about a lot of
hate
tracks
this track.
that
It's honestly probably because the layout isn't the most friendly,
Vibes?
and I totally get that. But like I said, once you get
Layout
used to
isn't the most friendly. What the? I mean, that wouldn't be the reason I don't like Bone Dry Dunes. I would say like it's mainly because the layout is kind of uninspired in the sense that you're always going to take this bone path, and it always feels a bit unsatisfying to never hit that. You know, the top path. Is he going to show in this video? Yeah, you know that top path that you hit.
bad. And personally,
Like aiming for this is just like not really that satisfying as it could be, and then on top of that, the bone path is like the correct path. No one ever takes the normal path, so it's like. I would say it's just, it feels a bit uninspired compared to the other tracks. I wouldn't say, what did you use specifically? Let me go back.
Why a lot of people hate this track. It's honestly probably because the layout isn't the most friendly. And
Most friendly? Nah, I wouldn't say that, brother. I'm gonna be honest.
get that, but like I said,
Wrong
once you get
use of
used to
words,
it, it's not
JigsawFlex.
too bad. And
Fire Ghost
personally,
Rider.
since there's a lot of dry bones in this track, I gotta love it. You know, Dry Bones is one of my favorite characters, and to see some representation of him in this
Dry
track,
Bones representation. No, I get it. It shouldn't really be that funny. Like everyone has their own Scrimbo Bimbo Mario Kart character, but like I just love this idea that like JigsawFlex wakes up in the afternoon and says, "Do you know what? I kind of like Bone Dry Dunes. Oh, do you like it because you know scarlet colored sand? Do you like it because of the bone ship that throws coins? Do you like it for the cool bony path? Do you like it for the upper path that's kind of a bit hard to get to once you do it feels good? No, I just like a bit of Dry Bones representation." I like being heard. I like being seen. Is that you, JigsawFlex? Yeah.
track is actually
Guys, I like being seen. I
Mario
want to be
Kart
seen.
Double Dash is kinda overrated.
Whoa, kinda over. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think that at least jumps up a tier. That is an insane thing. You know what? I'm going to put him in the hot zone. He's in the hot seat. This is hot. The audience is actually, you know what? The audience isn't disappointing me. The audience is not disappointing me in this video. Double Dash overrated. Johnny 300, green star on his profile picture, was probably born the day Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out. Has probably never saw Double Dash in its heyday. Is gonna sit here and tell me it's overrated. When in fact I would say the correct word is correctly rated. I wouldn't say it's underrated. I think enough people sing Double Dash's praises to say it's correctly rated, but I wouldn't say it's underrated or overrated. It's just correctly rated, to be honest. That's insane. So the audience is not disappointing me. They're in the hottest zone you can get. Is JigsawFlex going to join him?
Honestly, I think it's actually pretty underrated. I don't really see that many people say they love this game.
Sensible. He's given us the sensible take. No, I'll leave him in neutral. He didn't say like it's secretly underrated. If he's, I don't know. I'll leave him in neutral.
More people saying how they
For
don't
now,
like
let's
it
listen to more.
because of the controls. And personally, to me, I think the controls are fine. I don't think they're like really wonky compared to, I don't know, Super Circuit or Super Mario Kart.
Hop off my goat. Don't keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
But yeah,
I love
can
Super Circuit's
understand why
controls.
maybe people don't like it, because like it doesn't have like tricks and there's no retro tracks, for example. But other than that, I don't actually see that many people.
Oh, is he racing on Wario Coliseum backwards, by the way? That's pretty neat.
Mario Kart Double Dash. I mean, maybe in my
Double
generation
Dash.
they talk about it a lot, but in this current gen community, not so much.
In
But
my generation, are you fellow millennial? Yeah, are we millennial posting? Hell yeah! It's been a while since I've seen one of my own, brother. It's been a while. I'm here for it. Hello, Glide. Thanks for the 6K wish, brother.
Personally, would implore you guys to check out Mario Kart Double Dash if you have access
Dash.
to it. Mario Kart DS was the first good title in the series.
Jesus Christ. What is the audience today, bro? This is do I need to make another I'm gonna make another tier higher than this. I'm gonna like it's so hot that it's burnt to a this audience is insane today. What is the audience is not disappointing, JigsawFlex. I'm telling you that now. But what is happening right now? Yeah, the rest of the titles were so shit. They only just made 5 more of them, right? What is happening? It's like when people say, "Oh, Pokemon Gen 1 was the worst thing ever made." It's like, yeah, it was so shit. They made what? How many? It's the highest grossing franchise ever, right? Like maybe in retrospect it ain't that good, but you got the first good title in the series is insanity. What's happening right now? To be fair, do you know what? Your title hasn't disappointed, JigsawFlex. Your audience is doing a lot of the hard carrying here. You're still in the green. You need to step it up. You need to step it up, brother. I'm gonna be honest. He wasn't lying when he said crazy. No, he wasn't. So I'm very happy with this video's over. DS was the first bad game. I'm a DS anyway. My God, yeah. The house is on fire. Oh Lord, yeah. Seems like we're all in agreement here. Let's see.
Oh man. There's so much wrong in this.
Again, cold, but he's speaking sense at least.
I'm just kidding. To each
no, he's not kidding. He's not kidding. He meant it when he said that. He meant that. Just like I mean when I say thank you so much to Saul for renewing his membership for 11. I've already been doing this for 11 months. Fucking hell. Thank you so much though. Mario Kart DS was never good to begin with. I wouldn't say that. See, okay, so now Saul is being hot right now. Saul's being like a bit spicy. DS was good at the time. I think in retrospect it hasn't aged well. But I think it was very good at the time. I enjoyed my time with it. I think it has one of the easiest to access and best battle modes. Obviously 64 kind of reigns supreme in that regard, but like I could easily see myself bringing a couple of DSs and a copy of Mario Kart DS and just playing battle mode with people, whereas it's probably a bit harder to do with the N64. Does that make sense? So it probably has the best, most easily accessible battle mode in the series, I would say.
But while Mario Kart DS is a phenomenal game, in my opinion, I still don't think it's the first good title in the series. We mentioned earlier, Mario Kart Double Dash. You may think the controls are sucky or doesn't have that much content, but man, the replayability and just the feel that you get playing that game, it's just icing to the cake. So despite Mario Kart DS being a very good title, especially with the controls and with a lot of the tracks, it's a hard disagree. Mario Kart Tour is the best Mario Kart game, even when it had the gacha gimmick.
Who is this guy? Dreadnought X. But who is it? Is it Georgie? Georgie, is this fella representing you? Yeah, the Birdo stands. Birdo stands on suicide watch right now. Good. Where's it? Okay, just say you're a gambling addict. Just go to the literally. Just go. Ding 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 ding. Oh, try again. Core in. Just go to the casino, brother. What do you mean? You know what? He's probably like 15. He can't go to the casino yet. My bad. Brother just likes gambling. Like, you know what they should do? Nintendo should really make their own casino. What is happening here? Game over. Try again. Come on.
Ooh. That is a very, very big hot take.
Yeah.
Now, I think Mario Kart Tour is a lot
just wants to get in the
personally without the gacha. It makes it easier to get the skins, especially since it's so freaking hard, at least in the past few years, to get even
so
one.
I've been playing Tour. To be honest, I don't really... I think other than like... I can make a racetrack review at some point. Do you guys want to see that? I mean, I've been enjoying it. I don't really know what else I can say about it, to be honest. It's pretty solid. It's a pretty fun game. It makes my phone a little harder than I'd like.
Like spend money if you didn't get it from a pipe pull. So at least there's not too much luck involved with the pulls now. Like you could still pull skins and new carts and whatever, but it's not as completely luck based anymore.
So when I don't know, the game lets me pipe pull and I just pull it in and I just keep tapping.
You can still afford it via the rubies that they give you when you play the game. But I also like how they're actually like in a discount. So I don't know. Mario Kart Tour to me is a lot better now. I don't think it's the best Mario Kart game right now, but it's still up there. I will agree that it's still like one of the better ones, but when it had the gacha, I cannot agree with that. You are insane.
Yeah, he's just a gambling brother's just a gambling. Mayro mentioned, let's go. The Waluigi Stadium arrangement in the BCP is discouraging. So it's fair to say that Mayro didn't ruin the blackened charcoal that is the hot takes of the audience, because this is I like both. Mayro, what are you doing to me, lads? Mayro, come on, what's happening? They were both good. She's so wrong for this.
Waluigi Stadium arrangement in the BCP is disgraceful. Mayro, how could you? Just kidding. I kind of understand what you mean, because like one time we played Waluigi Stadium back to back and I could not stand hearing it for the second time. Like I just kept hearing the melody like over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's because you played it twice in a row, dipshit. What do you mean? Oh, I played something over and over and I kept hearing it over and over. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Please continue.
Actually listen to like the two differences between like the GCN and the Wii version versus the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe one, and I could see the reason for me why I would hate like listening to it after a while, because since it's more jazzy, you hear more like instruments. So when I'm hearing the new version, there's just so much of the trumpet. It's like blasting in my ears like most of the time, and then my ears just get tired of hearing the trumpet itself. So the original just didn't have that, right? There were more like electronic sounds, I guess, that they did on the computer. So it didn't sound like it was like in your face.
Blood just does not like live instruments, brother. I was gonna say like 8-bit music is that way, but you know, Shovel Knight's one of my favorite OSTs, so I can't even say that.
The freaking time. And I personally think there were more layers in the original and the Wii version compared to the BCP, but that's also just me. But
I would agree in the sense that I think a lot of the BCP arrangements tend to like feel a bit more emptier in the sense that there's not much like layers. I think he's right in that regard. I think generally speaking, the BCP arrangements tend to have a little less layers. I don't think Waluigi Stadium is one of the tracks like affected by it too much. I think Piranha Plant Cove is definitely the worst for it. If you listen to the tour version versus the BCP version, it's like night and day almost. But I'd say the new one, I think if they went for the exact same arrangement as the original with in this one, I think with the generally less bass and less layering that the BCP tend to have, I think it would have just came up as a cheap imitation. So firstly, I'm just happy they tried a different arrangement so it could like feel like its own version. Firstly, and secondly, I just think it's pretty solid. I like the idea of like, especially in the intro, swapping the two melodies over. I think the middle portion maybe is a bit weak. I think I mentioned it. I'm basically rehashing my OST ranking. Yeah, the middle portion is a bit weaker than the old one. I think the ending portion is stronger in this version. So I think they're side grades. I think a perfect like mix of the two, where the best versions would be perfect. I think they're good. I just disagree.
I'll take, definitely.
Run.
Hot take. 3DS Rainbow Road is overrated. It's a
okay.
great track, I won't deny it, but I feel like everyone treats it like it's flawless and the peak of Mario Kart track design.
Do you know what? This is actually the first take of the audience where I'm just like, do you know what? That is pretty hot, but like, I'm going to step you down a tier. Do you guys agree? I think because like him saying 3DS RR is overrated while it's hot, we were in the charcoal zone before. I think now we're just in the oven again. You know, we're in the oven burning. We're not in the charcoal zone anymore. I can definitely see. I think 3DS RR is definitely a victor. La 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 la. I can't eat. And they give you the 6K wishes, Peachy fanboy. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I can definitely see. Like, I think 3DS RR is definitely, as of now, is definitely a victim of it's at the top of everyone's 96 track ranking. So then, like, I can see why there's like a bit of a. It's the modern day version of Waluigi Pinball. That's the easiest way to put it. Waluigi Pinball, like back in the day, back in like the late 2000s, if you saw like ranking every DS thing, like Waluigi Pinball would be at the top, and then like you just get like, what the hell? It's not that good. Why is it on top of everyone's ranking? So then like a counterculture forms, and now you have the sleeper cells. I think 3DS RR is kind of in that same boat. While there are valid reasons to not like the BCP rendition, I think the rainbow isn't as good. I don't think it's horrible like some do. I don't think the rainbow effect is as cool. I think the sun not beaming down is a bit of a letdown, but I think overall the BCP rendition is pretty solid. I think amongst a DLC full of other solid tracks, it might not stand out as much as being the swan song in its own game, but I still think it's really good. I think this take is a victim. I think Michael is a victim of watching way too many BCP. He Brad 766'd himself. He watched way too many rankings. He saw way too many people put at the top. He went on r/Mario Kart and had where like people were just insufferably smarmy about all their opinions, and as a result, he's never had a discussion with a normal person like me where I've been like, yes, I can see that, but it's pretty solid. You know,
this is a hard agree. I still don't get why people love 3DS Rainbow Road.
Okay. You know what, Jigsaw? You were at the beginning. You were just like in the green the whole time. Do you know what? Well done, Jigsaw. I'll put you up to it. It's getting a little caliente.
It's literally just one lap, and there's really not many shortcuts you can take. It's also a straight line. There's no like different paths you can also go to. Like literally, yeah, you have these boost panels over here, but you're not even gonna be using them most of the time because you'll be airborne. And I think the biggest thing I don't like about 3DS Rainbow Road is the fact that
Jigsaw, when he goes to Disneyland for the second and third time, man, the Rise of the Resistance is just the same thing every time. I don't understand why anyone would enjoy it. What's the point of this, man? It's like, I don't know, maybe it's because of the experience. Like, yeah, the dopamine isn't gonna be the same high as it was before, but that's still. It's still good in that regard. Like, yeah, is the planetary adventure aspect the same as it was when I first played it? No, it's still fantastic though. I still feel it every time I play it. You know,
kind of just looks like Mario Kart 8 Deluxes, where they're both like two space station themed. You know, like you see the rocket ship in the background. You're on the moon. You know?
Okay, brother. I think you're just trying too hard. So I'm gonna be honest, Jigsaw. I think you're trying too hard. I'm abusing the laugh track button on my soundboard, but you're trying way too hard, bro. I just think it overlaps with 8's Rainbow Road too much. Okay, listen, keep the macro racism comparisons out of the video, okay? Cool it with the anti-rainbow remarks, brother. I don't know what you're talking about, I'm gonna be honest.
I get that it's supposed to be in space. Rainbow Road is supposed to be in space. It's always been in space. But there's not a lot of Mario flair. Yeah, you'll see like a couple toads in the background, but besides it, like having that...
Literally every Mario. I need more toads, guys. I need more dry bones representation, guys. I need more dry bones representation. Where's my dry bones? I need my rainbow bones. Can I get some rainbow bones? Get in the chat. Can I get some rainbow bones? Literally Jigsaw Flex. Jigsaw Flex when there's no the dry bones. Insert dry bones falling apart sound effect.
And just like the rainbow texture, it doesn't really feel like it. I miss the old days where like N64 Rainbow Road had like the fireworks come up and you see like Luigi's face.
Guys, I miss the old days. I miss the old days of still Mario Kart 8 but pre-BCP. He's getting nostalgic for the game before the BCP came out. Oh, Jigsaw, my man, what are you waffling about?
Where like N64 Rainbow Road had like the fireworks come up and you see like Luigi's face or something, or you go on Mario Kart Wii and you see the star bits in action like around.
Guys, can I get
like,
some more dry bones?
There's a lot of Mario references.
Can I get some more dry bones, please, guys?
And also at Rainbow Roadish at the exact same time, and I don't really get that action in 3DS Rainbow Road.
Yes, that's why the planetary adventure aspect works so well. It genuinely feels like you're up in the uninhabited bounds of space, which is what adds to the magic of it. The fact that there's nothing out there. And it's just like literally you're on the rings of planet, the moon. Like you hop on an asteroid. There's some fucking mushroom. That's the magic of it, brother. We need more dry bones, though, guys. We need more dry bones.
Personally, so yeah, those are pretty much my reasons, and I can completely understand why you think that way as well. Block Fort is not the best battle arena. I think Block.
Oh, hang on. You didn't read the whole thing. Do I have to read it now? You got me reading here as well, Jigsaw. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake, where is it? Let's go back 5 seconds.
Is not
I'm gonna add to the last one and go good. Okay, Block 4 is not the best battle arena. It's a battle arena take. I don't care. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. Next one.
Inside Drift is more comfortable in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh man, personally.
Inside. Oh boy. Now, from an entirely casual player's perspective, Inside Drift in Wii feels amazing, and in every other game, I just wish it felt the same. So, do you know what? I think the audience is back in the charcoal zone.
I don't agree to this because I'm an outside drift main. But for those who are inside drift mains, salute to you because I don't know how y'all do it. I do it every once in a while as a meme when we stream, but I could never tell myself, yeah, I'm gonna main
JigsawFlex's
like Toad on the jet bike. Totally, this is what I'm gonna do. No, I cannot. I will agree that some tracks are a lot more doable in inside drift, but as a whole, I would just
a lot more doable. I mean, bruv, I'm trying to race on them. I'm not trying to raise them up, brother. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bite the bullet. Like if
I'm not gonna laugh track that one. That wasn't funny.
Drifting, I would still probably do better overall because mentally, my head is more to the point where I'm. More
so Glide, he's yapping in competitive speak right now. I need you to help me, Glide. Okay, I need you to help me with this take. I don't know. He's talking in jargon.
But I completely understand. But for me, I don't agree. Super Mario Kart is
one of... censored name? What was it like? What was the name, brother? I'm curious.
the best.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Super Mario Kart is one of the best Mario Kart games. This is I'm lowering you down it. I'm lowering you down a tier. That's unbelievable, babe. That's such a blatant trying to get into the video take, especially with the Patrick emoji at the end. Nah, listen. I'm lowering you. You've ruined it for the audience, whoever you are. You've ruined it for the audience. You've lowered them a tier.
Mario Kart games in the series. All right, so who said this? I'm gonna go to their house and punch them straight in the face. Oh, that was me. So, yeah, Super Mario...
Okay, so so instead, not only am I gonna put the audience back, I'm gonna put you in the chili zone. Oh, Jigsaw. Oh, brother, the audience is booing. They're booing you. It's not fair.
I gotta say, I used to hate it. It used to frustrate me a lot, but I don't know, I just got really into the game, especially when they added into like the Super Nintendo Online. I don't know, it just feels more right now. I don't know if it's because I've been playing it on the Pro Controller even.
Yes, it's just because you've been playing it more. Like, don't get me wrong, I played Super Mario Kart. I don't think it's the worst thing ever made. It feels like it basically just kind of plays like Super Circuit, but like a little different. Yeah, it's a decently solid game, but best in the... Come on, brother. Like, when people say this is the worst thing ever made, that's a skill issue. When people just say this is kind of... I'm like, yeah, fair. Because it is just kind of...
It should be worse than an actual Super Nintendo controller. But, bruh, I like how challenging it is, and you actually do get, like, screwed over if you actually hit a wall. I feel like it's one of those games where you need to, like, really spend time with and perfect. I think there's a lot of complicated tech in the game, which I really adore, and you could play with pretty much every character in the game if you really want to. It's not like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where you can, again, only use, like, a few combos to say it's viable. You can literally master any
competitive Andy. Guys, laugh at the competitive player. He takes the baby game serious.
character and do pretty well. However, I will say there isn't a lot of diversity in terms of the track, so it does become a little boring, but I guess just the competitive aspect and the feel of being able to go through, I don't know, Mario Circuit 3 flawlessly is just a satisfying feeling.
He's not wrong. Actually, that's one of the things I like a lot about Super Mario, like the older Mario Kart games. It's one of the things I actually liked about 64, and why I think the 64 version of Bowser Castle is better than the Wii version is because, like, in the context of that game with the controls and the type of turns you do, it feels like a really big accomplishment when you nail that game. And I think Super Mario Kart has that factor as well. The Mario Kart's in older ones as a whole have that factor about, and that's what I like about them. So I don't disagree. I just think that you're just trying to get in the video by saying it's really good, and then your reasoning was, I don't know. Is it because it was on ASO? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, give me, like, at least fucking write some. Come on, brother. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Desert tracks are actually enjoyable to race on and have a nice atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah, the audience is definitely staying up there, that's for sure. So now he likes listening to the same song over and over. I know, right? Crazy.
This is true. I love desert tracks. Dry Dry Ruins is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep him cold because he's like, I like desert tracks. I'm like, yeah, I like Dry Dry Ruins and Shy Guy Bazaar. That doesn't count. If you told me you liked Desert Hills, Dry Deserts, then I'd be like, well, spicy. But guys, I like the two desert tracks that are actually good. Crazy hot, crazy spicy. You know what? I'm lowering you down.
Biggest fan when it comes to like
freezing
Super Mario Bros. And them including a desert like world, because you know it is kind of a boring thing to look at when you're playing a platformer. I feel like you have more time to admire the actual like background, and you know you're actually interacting a lot with the course itself, right? But in Mario Kart, it's like you're just driving mostly on road or whatever.
Bagging? Excuse me? Bagging? In my Mario Kart video? Disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself, JigsawFlex.
Right. So everything in the background is more secondary, and I don't really get caught up in the point where like, oh, I hate seeing sand.
Can we get more dry bones, guys?
Sand, yeah, it's awful.
Guys, I need more dry bones representation.
Like snow. So to me, I don't get bothered by it, and a lot of the desert tracks have really banger music to make up for it. And a lot of them also have like fun turns.
A lot of them have banger music to make up for it. Again, it's like, what banger music are you talking about? Oh, like Dry Dry Ruins and Shy Guy Bazaar. That doesn't count. you're just going to mention those two, aren't you? And Yoshi Desert as well. I forgot to mention Yoshi Desert. Those three. All right, that doesn't count.
Yeah, I personally also love desert tracks. Mario Kart
No, you're
DS's
lying.
mission mode is not a good game mode, and the Wii's getting scrapped was a good idea.
I just don't like I don't like single player content in my video game. That's basically what this loser said. Who's this guy? B Yosh. How about you be somewhere else, you fucking loser?
DS's mission mode is not a good game mode, and the Wii's getting scrapped was a good idea. Yeah, valid take. Mario Kart DS's mission mode was fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Especially when I was playing it for the first time, I thought it was like amazing.
Do we need more tribal?
And everything. But after replaying it, yeah, I agree. It's not really that breathtaking. It's there, and I approve of it because at least it gives everyone.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead because like there's only really one take, which is the mission mode. While it didn't age as well, it is a representation of what people want in Mario Kart, which is we want more single player content that isn't just Grand Prix versus and time trials, and that's the void that mission mode filled. And if we can get more of that, that'd be nice. Blah blah blah. He's probably gonna say the same thing. I'm praying he says the same thing. Let's move on to the next thing. Is there someone over here? Over here. There we go.
Every character, cart, wheels, and glider should have all the same stats. I get really tired of seeing the same exact combos.
Oh, Trains and Cars Kid. I've seen that guy. I've seen that guy in my chat, in my comments sometimes. I recognize him. And of course, he has a shit take. Of course he does.
Everywhere online.
Oh, no.
Now, I get that Wave 4 changed the meta, but I'd like to see more originality with combos than people. I definitely agree with this. I miss those days.
To be honest, I don't... No, okay, now obviously this is the part where I say I don't care because I'm not a competitive player, but it's like, I think throughout my entire life of playing online multiplayer games, there's always been a meta, and that's just kind of how it is. So like, the idea of like, a meta being like boring, like... So for example, like when I play like a Call of Duty fit game, for example, I remember playing like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, like way back in 2009, and like the best gun in that game were like the ACR and the UMP45. Now if I'm sitting there saying, oh, do I wish maybe they patched this or there was more variety? Maybe, but I just don't really care. Do you know? I just don't care. Like, it's like, yeah, that's the meta. You can play something off meta, but yeah, if you're going to play at the highest level, if that's the level you want to play the game at, yeah, people are going to use the most effective tactic available. That's just kind of how it is. Like, in any video game, I don't really care when people use the meta. I care if the meta specifically to that game is boring. Let's say, for example, the meta in Overwatch, or for example, let's talk about Overwatch, for example. If the meta character in that game is like Malga just has a really fucking boring play style, which affects how the game is played proper. Whereas like Mario Kart, it's that like, what is properly being affected by someone else playing like Funky Kong Bowser Bike? Do you know? Like, it doesn't really affect your ability to play the game. Whereas, like, for example, in Overwatch 2, if an obnoxious character is meta, that kind of impacts everyone's fun, you know? So I guess, would it be nice to see? I suppose, but if you're playing the game at that level, then I think that's just, in any video game ever, that's just what you have to expect. Is it a shame? I suppose, you're not wrong, but it just never really, in any video game, it only bothers me if the meta is obnoxious. And in Mario Kart, I can't, again, I'm not really a competitive player, but I can't really see an instance in Mario Kart high competitive play where somebody else playing Teddy Buggy Wiggle or whatever the fuck the meta is like, God, I hate that. But like, someone playing like Malga in Overwatch 2 would be like, I fucking hate, I don't want to play the game anymore until he's nerfed, you know? So that's kind of how I feel. I don't know, you guys might have to help me with this one because I don't get it. I dabble into competitive and I don't really care, honestly. Sad to find to beat the meta with your own personal bugs. Yeah, definitely. Who even cares? The Teddy Buggy is the best vehicle and isn't even close. Fair. I think it has the best meta of any Mario Kart. It's not just two combos, there's a ton of combos you can use. I wish Overwatch has rushed out like 27 traces with slightly different colors. True, Jay. True, based. I know Mario Kart 7's only stats that the vehicles, not the races, but the races hitbox increases with the characters. Well, yeah, fair enough. I just feel that meta is great. There's like 5 characters with the same stats, and 2 of them have 9 ults and another high tiers. It's fine for me. Yeah, it's like, I can understand it in a game where like the meta directly affects you as a player, but like, and I get like visually you just want to see more variety, I suppose. But I think Mario Kart is like one of the last games where the meta would bother me, you know? And I just don't get this. But anyway.
Is when like your cart and character didn't matter that much. Like, yeah, we had Mario Kart Wii's Funky Kong
I still just play
being,
Luigi,
like,
brother, I'm gonna be honest.
faster than like pretty much
BD
everyone
Bug,
else in the roster, but most of the
Parasol.
characters in that game weren't that different, and you could still
The meta is boring. I want to play Shy Guy without feeling like a snail. I mean, you can just, you know, if you're playing at that level, then what do you expect? Like, that's just kind of how it is, brother. Like, suck it up.
For the game without playing those characters, like you weren't in a completely disadvantage. Yes, you were in an advantage, but it wasn't like super intense to the point that it was unplayable. Like you could still play, I don't know, Dry Bones on the bullet bike and still somewhat compete with a Daisy Mock player because the stats are still relatively same. It's just that Dry Bones is slower and he falls off the stage a lot easier.
Guys, Dry Bones mentioned. I want more Dry Bones represented. Can I get more Dry Bones?
In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you'll use
Upvote this stream, guys, if you're a true Dry Boner.
like the worst combo in the world and you cannot even drive with it, like at all. Like it's so dumb. And I also hate the fact that the Badwagon is one of those bad vehicles. Like why do they make the coolest looking vehicle so bad? It makes no sense. So yeah, I completely agree to the point where I think the carts, wheels, and gliders shouldn't impact the game that much. Maybe just a little bit, like tweak each one just a tiny bit, but to change it completely is like pretty dumb, right?
This is for you guys to judge. I've got no opinion. I don't really care.
So you saw a lot
this is for you guys to judge, right?
Wiggler for the longest time because it was just way more viable to use than this abomination. You will never see people use this freaking combo online. So yeah,
I want to make a Mario Kart tournament, guys, and we're going to all exclusively have to use this. And if anyone switches out, the whole stream gets cancelled.
This is a reasonable take. Mario Kart Wii would have been better off if its Wi-Fi stayed dead after Nintendo servers died. Infamous
Oh, hang on. Okay, I'll let him read.
item selection being completely unbalanced introduces the most hated item in the series, which I'm guessing they're talking about the TC. Of the items introduced in Wii, guess which one returned in another entry? Bam Shock Dodge equals an instant win button. Funky Kong on Flame Runner, nuff said. Constant blue shells, and every other track has an ultra cut that's required to master in order to win.
Mr. Billy, I'm going to be honest. Just play a different game. I don't know, guys. I've kind of reached the point in my life where I'm like, if a game ain't fun, I'm just gonna leave, brother. I'm just gonna leave. It's easier said than done, obviously. I remember, like, you know, in my early 20s, I used to buy every Call of Duty game every year, and I used to play them all the time, and I'm like, yeah, the fucking meta, man. But then I'm just like, do you know what? I've reached a nirvana in my life. Do you know, if a game isn't fun, like, was it Reggie that said that? If it ain't fun, why bother? And with the abundance of free games out there, you don't really have an excuse, Billy, if I'm being honest. You don't really have a... I don't know who Haruhi is and why you stand them, but I bet they suck.
While this is a very, very valid take,
I like the stage. I like the backrooms level. The backrooms level was fun, and I played it.
I'm gonna still hard pass. As someone that's a really diehard of Mario Kart Wii, I cannot agree to this list. Yeah, the game is pretty much broken. But guess what? A lot of people play Super Smash Bros. Melee, and that game came out in like 2001. Even though...
Jigsaw, I'm going to be honest, brother. I know this video is probably more off the cuff, and you probably didn't, like, write any notes for anything, but, like, if I'm taking that one point... Yeah, no, that's just... Your point is invalid because other people play another old game. Is that basically what you said? I would have cut out the script if I'm being honest, but yeah, it's a nitpick, whatever.
Marth's grab is like 70 feet long. Who cares? People still play Marth, and people love playing these characters. And even if there's only like 4 viable characters or something in that game, who cares? People still play that game. And even if there's only 20 stages or so in the entire game, who cares? People play this competitively. So yeah, that's why I feel like Mario
Nerd.
Kart Wii is like the Super Smash Bros. Melee in the Mario Kart franchise. Even though a lot of stuff makes no sense, it's still so fun to play. And I completely understand to the newer generation and to those who don't see Mario Kart Wii in this specific way. But for me, that's a personal fan and who plays this game somewhat like competitively, I guess. Yeah, I cannot agree with this. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? Jigsaw, right? For someone who plays the game very competitively, you seem to be doing a lot of apologia. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone said to me, for example, right, I'm guessing your whole channel is playing Mario Kart Wii competitively, right? Someone literally left you a comment saying this game is everything that you've based your channel and your greatest hobby is a piece of shit, and instead you said sorry, but I don't agree. Maybe I'm just different. I'm gonna be honest. Jigsaw, I'm gonna be honest. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed. I'm angry for you. Maybe you're just a nice guy. Maybe Maybe you're nicer than me, brother. Maybe you don't have that London rage that like I do. I'm at the point in my life now, whenever someone walks into the train before letting people off, I get irrationally mad. I start tutting and sighing at people. I get pissed. Whenever someone gets my order wrong at a shop now, I actually kick up a fuss. I've become a Ken now. That's the point I am in my life. I become old, right? So if someone said to me what they just said to you, which they broke down everything as to why your scrimbler goat is shit, I'd be pissed. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jigsaw. You should be more angry. You should be more angry at this person. If someone said this to me, I'd be fuming. If someone lists every reason as to why they didn't like Super Circuit, I'd flip off the haters, brother. That's what I'm saying. Either way, the point of Mark's grab range isn't even correct because while his grabs and throws is good, his grabs and throws isn't even that good. Yeah, like I don't know. Again, it's a flawed argument. Yeah.
Tour is Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9 was released in 2019 for mobile devices. Mario Kart Tour is Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9 was released in 2019. It's
I get it!
I'm gonna move the audience down 2 steps for that because no one gives a shit. I'm gonna be honest. Does anyone give a shit about this take anymore? When people say this, like whenever, for example, I refer to Mario Kart 9 as the next Mario Kart game, and then someone says, "Oh no, Tour is Mario Kart 9," and you're talking about Mario Kart 10, I'm just like, I just don't care, brother. I just don't care. Audience, you disappointed me. I'm moving you down 2 steps for that.
You guys need to chill. I don't know how many people you're gonna make angry in the comment section, but yeah, despite me,
Jigsaw, you need to listen. You need more anger. That's what your content is missing, Jigsaw. Okay, listen, I get it. You're probably a nice guy. You're probably just naturally agreeable as most humans are, right? If that guy's trying to kick up a fuss, you kick up a harder fuss. Okay, that's what you have to do. I'm gonna be your life coach, Jigsaw. Okay, you need to be more mean. You need to like. Do you know what I need to do? Do you know what I need to do? Do you know what we're gonna do, Chad? Do you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna help our brother JigsawFlex out right now. Do you know what you need? I'm gonna snip out his camera. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna give him a makeover, chat. I'm gonna give him a makeover. So firstly, let's get some look at my favorite tool out on the planet Earth. Let's get MS Paint going. MS Paint, paste. There we go. Okay. We're doing this. I need some music for this. I need some appropriate music for this. Here we go. No. I need some. Here we go. All right. So gamers, he needs to be like. Where's my tools at? I need like a little bit of this. No. Wait, hang on. How do I just draw? Oh no, I ruined it. Okay. I need like just a pen. I need like a brush. Can I get a brush? Thank you. We just need like a. You know, we need like a. Isn't that? We need a little bit more like hater energy. Do you know? Again, someone just said your Mario Kart was bullshit, brother. You need to be. Do you know what I mean? Like you need to be like. Like you need like. Hang on. I need like. Can I get a red? I need like a. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's give him like some angry fangs. You know, some like angry pointed red fangs. So everyone knows he's the alpha. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And then keeping the reds. Do you know like that angry like? Hang on, can I get some? Do you know what we need? I need a reference. I need a reference point, chat. I'm gonna look up a reference real quick. Anger. This. I need this. I need to draw one of these, chat. Where is it? This. Oh, this, chat. You know one of the anger things that they have in like anime and stuff? This. I need to draw one of these on his forehead. So using that as a reference, I'm gonna. It's like that, and then like that, and then. There we go. Oh, that looks so good. I'm actually balling, honestly. You feel the eyebrows aren't long enough? I got you covered, brother. Can I go back to the black, please? Let's go. Let's make them really thick. There we go. There we go. Red eyes. This is why you're my favorite member. Let's give him like. There we go. Doesn't that just look at that so far? Give him like a steam. Oh my god! Can I get like a? Oh, it would take a little bit of a while to edit. But like I can like have a steam PNG and like have steam coming out of his. I'll leave this to the rest of you guys. I need someone else to like. I've done my part, I've done my part. I'm gonna paste this in the Discord. I need you guys to like edit steam coming out of his ears. We need some extra shit. Okay, so here you go. Here's the image. And the end of this video, I want to see like a. Oh, that's the same one. No, I want the new one. I basically someone edit like steam coming out of his ears. Do the 9 yards, chat. We'll come back to this image at the end of this segment. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, I think we've done our part. We need, basically this is a long-winded way of saying, Jigsaw, we need more angry. We need more angry from you, brother. Look at you, you're freezing. Look, if we go back to the hotometer, because I open my notepad, my sticky notes. If we go back to the hotometer, brother, look how you've been consistently cold this entire universe. This entire video, like you're like frigid, brother. You live in Antarctica. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We need some spice.
Wanting to agree because Nintendo is technically saying Mario Kart Tour is Mario Kart 9. I don't want to agree with that because it's a mobile game, right? It is a freaking mobile game.
Oh, no, JigsawFlex, no! Why are you entertaining this fucking useless art? No! So you tell, no, hang on, stop everything. So the guy who literally gave you a list as to why your favorite fucking video game is dog shit and should not be cut, like, and should have died back in like 2013. I just don't agree, bro. But then, like, some guy saying Tour is 9. It's a fucking mobile. I need it like a driver. This has got you more animated than someone saying your game is shit. Brother, your anger is misplaced. Your anger is misplaced, brother. What is happening here? And you need to be more. Let's continue. I aspire to be this. Blood has no haters.
Doesn't even like feel like Mario Kart when you play as much, you know? Like it doesn't. It's just gross to play on the phone most of the time. Even
it's a phone. What do you expect? Yeah, it's just like as someone who just started playing Mario Kart Tour. Yeah, the controls feel weird. It's a phone game, yes. Like the most fun aspect of Mario Kart Tour is the combo system. The combo system, like stringing a bunch of stuff together to keep the combo going for like as long as possible, is actually really fun. The controls, though, it's a fucking phone game. What did you expect?
The horizontal like capabilities, and you guys already know how much I play Tour like with y'all during streams, so like it's still way better to play on horizontal, but it's not the same experience in my opinion.
Of course, it's not
the fact that like you can't play all the tracks at once is a bummer to me. Like you only have a certain selection every like tour that comes out every 2 weeks. It sucks.
I don't know whether this might be a hot take. Add this hot take to your video, Jigsaw. I actually think that's a very, very smart way of keeping the game fresh and keep people coming back for more. I think that if there's one thing, I'm gonna get like philosophical out of nowhere, but I think if there's one thing that the current day of like on everything being on demand has like ruined for us, it's the anticipation of looking forward to things. Like when a show comes out, you can just binge watch it all in one day. When like something happens, you just go to it immediately. Like we have such an instant like everything's so instantly gratified so easily that the idea of just like waiting for something and that the anticipation of like, oh shit, that's why I know like I think Brad made a video like the current state of the Mario Kart community, and I think in that video him or his like collab partner Golden were like they didn't like the discourse around the BCP, like what tracks we're gonna go. That's the most fun part about video game discussions for me. Very rarely do I take part in online discussions because I just don't think that like it's very rarely that productive, but when it comes to like anticipation as to what's gonna happen, I love that. That's exciting. It's like anything can happen. Like back when Smash was like still having the fighter pass, I'm like, is my Scrimblow Rayman gonna get in? That shit is easily the most fun aspect of being like a gamer discussions online. So when it comes to Mario Kart Tour, like even though again like there's not new, obviously this argument is a bit moot since they're not making new content, but assuming we're still in a world where Tour was still getting new content, you know, whenever they made a trailer for the fucking Among Us Tour, you'd be like it's something, you know, like oh shit, the Among Us Tour was gonna be there. Oh, they had a crewmate. Skilled Polus was that? Do you know what I mean? Like there's some excitement, there's some enjoyment about like something being on the horizon and the excitement that comes with that. So I personally, I think that's a fantastic. If you're gonna have a video game like Tour on the phone where a lot of people are casual, I think having a model where like you come back every now and again and like there's different stuff to do or different stuff to see, I like that a lot. I don't like it when it comes to monetization systems. I know like a lot of shops, Fortnite is probably the most guilty of this, have like a rolling shop where like things expire after a certain amount of time to like kind of force you to like, oh, the item's back in the shop, buy it before it's too late. I think that model when it comes to monetization monetization is really scummy. That model, when it comes to game modes or like things or like events, very exciting. I think I think every live service game should have something like that. Should have like some form of like, what's going to happen? Like, we're going to announce something, or we're going to say there's a thing happening. Oh, what's going to happen? Like, that's what makes online games a lot more fun. And I if that's a hot take, then put me in the video, brother, because I wholeheartedly disagree. I think Tor having all of its content would make it much less fun. What do you guys think? The game is shit, but they put a new generation of normies onto Mario Kart, so I have to give it credit. Yeah, it's like saying Pokemon Go is shit. Like, Pokemon Go, I played it. I had a lot of fun with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go obviously isn't a mainline Pokemon game. So, like, it's like getting angry. I love how data mines happens because you get to speculate and look forward to upcoming tracks that won't reveal it. Yeah, like, personally, I'm not really big on data mines and, like, leaks and rumors. I personally prefer it, like, when, you know, the company themselves announce things, because then, like, everyone gets the news at the exact same time. But, yeah, generally speaking, yeah, I like the speculation and stuff. I like it a lot. I've fallen out of the binging hole, and I'm trying to pull myself out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, just to go about that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If that's how you like to consume content, that's fine. But for me, it's the reverse. Like, for example, The Boys, Amazon Prime show, season 4 wrapped up relatively recently. Like, they released the first 3 episodes immediately, but then like every week you had to wait. Literally every Thursday night, I'm like, I'm here for it. I want to watch the latest episode. It was exciting. Like, I think that level of just anticipation and waiting for something is like really, really fun. And not having everything immediately can sometimes be a good thing. And sometimes, again, when it comes to monetization, I think it's shitty. When it comes to content, I think it can be really fun. What was it? And then it was an L take from Better God. Yeah, I just didn't agree. L take, I guess it's technically L take. Also, it was the hype when they added Maple Tree Race. This is the first ever Wii track went over a year. Yeah, exactly. It's like exciting. It's fun. I like that sort of thing, man. Anyway, continue, Mr. Jigsaw.
A lot of the characters are not accessible in the beginning. It doesn't seem like it has the same feel of Mario Kart in general, and that's
it's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Mario Kart 9 is not happening. They're adding so much to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so all they need to do in the future is port the game rather than making a new one.
Firstly, when it comes to the hotometer, I will leave this here. I'm not going to influence the score. As for whether what was the exact take? Hang on, let me make sure I don't misconstrue. They're adding so much to Mario Kart 9, all they need to do future. I think that if Mario Kart Deluxe happens, I'll just be disappointed. I won't be like angry or mad. I'll just be disappointed, because like I said, the most fun thing about a new video game coming out is like, what's new, what's going to be in there. It's like the possibilities of what could be. As I literally just spoke about, it's the possibilities of what could be that's the most exciting part about like something coming up in the future. So if we get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, then it's like, oh, it's just the same thing again. Like, yeah, Mario Kart 8 is stellar. It has 96 fucking tracks, but I kind of just wanted something new, brother, you know? So I'd just be disappointed, to be honest. I think it's, and this is wrong, but I think it's happening. Next Mario Kart game is happening. Don't be wrong.
So all they need to do in the future is port the game rather than making a new one. Now,
sorry, just to get back to FJ said, yeah, the BCP discussions were ruined towards the end. Yeah, like I do think like I said, I like anticipation. This is why in my Discord server I have like a channel. Yes, keep it going, guys. Everyone else has to add something. Every single person who posts the image, keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Someone else has to add something. So Mr. Skeletal's got his version. Someone else adds something. This is brilliant. But there's a reason why I have like a leaks and rumors channel in Discord. It's like perma-muted, because it's like, if you guys want to discuss leaks and stuff, you can discuss it on my Discord. I'm just not interested in reading them, because like I like it when everything comes out at the same time. So yeah, the BCP data mines did ruin the BCP for me. Oh, just take over. I joke about Mario Kart Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch 2. Mario Kart, but yeah, I want some new nitros. Yeah. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. The video's nearly done.
I know a few years back, Sakurai, the creator of Smash Bros, has mentioned that don't really look forward to a new Smash game anytime soon. And if he were to make a new Smash game, he wouldn't make it more Ultimate than Ultimate already is. You know what I'm saying? Like, since Ultimate has so many things, like characters
and
the stages and whatnot, it's gonna be very hard to top something like that. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe seems to be taking that route because of the booster course pass. There's gonna be like almost 100 tracks in the game. And, they're adding also a few new characters. So it seems like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting like a similar Super Smash Bros. Ultimate treatment here. But I'm going to still have to disagree, because Mario Kart does very, very well in every console. Yeah, Smash Bros. Does well too, but like Mario Kart is like made by Nintendo themselves. Like, I just feel like it's more of a collaborative work compared to Smash Bros. You always talk about
Okay, I think Blood's just waffling. He's just in waffling mode now.
How Sakurai is like the mastermind behind Smash Bros in general, but literally anyone in Nintendo headquarters can like pick up Mario Kart and like come up with like, a crazy gimmick, and that would still sell like millions. So like to me personally, Mario Kart is just the type.
Yeah, but like, what is? Yeah, but what you're implying is that there isn't like a head dev for like Mario Kart. I'm sure. Again, maybe I don't have enough video game dev experience, but like, surely that's how every video game like company works. That there's like generally one guy who's like the spearhead of like the project. Like the reason why we know Sakurai is because he's the most like famous for that. Like, but generally, if you went to most video game dev companies, like, yeah, it's a collaborative effort, but there's usually one guy that's like running the show. Like, that's how it works for most industries. Like, what's it? Like, most movies have like most TV shows have a showrunner. Movies have a director. So I wouldn't be sure. Like, video game devs have probably like a head developer. So when you say that anyone could come up with ideas for Mario Kart and it'd work, like, I think you're just in yap mode, brother. Because like, yeah, Mario Kart probably has a Sakurai. You just don't know him because he's not famous. Like, we know Sakurai. That's Sakurai, bro. Like, we know Miyamoto. Do you know when he was like when he did have that dog in him? Now he's just an executive producer, but Miyamoto was the guy, you know, like everyone kind of put their own spin on things, sure, but it was ultimately his vision. Same with Sakurai, same with I don't know, whatever. Creative directors, thank you, that's the word I'm looking for, thank you. Everyone is like a creative director that's like, this is the guy's vision you're dealing with. So I think you're just in, I'm just gonna call this a yap mode. I'm gonna be honest, JigsawFlex. This is just a yap mode post. I think you just talked into a mic a bunch instead of actually like proof watching what you wrote, and it makes for a much less compelling video. So I would recommend against this. I'm guilty of this too. I'm gonna be honest, but this is poor.
Kind of
poor form
but
for a channel of your size.
I'm no game designer, but I personally think it would be easier to make a new Mario Kart game than a new Smash Bros game. Plus, new content is still.
It'd be easy to make a new Mario Kart game. Hang on, can I hear that again, please?
It would be easier to make a new Mario Kart game than a new Smash Bros game. Plus.
I don't really have much to say about that.
New content is still being made for Mario Kart Tour. It's not like Mario Kart has been in the drought in terms of actual content. There's still new content coming out like pretty much every 2 weeks, so yeah. And lastly, our last hot take of the day. This better be a banger. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this all my freaking life. This game sucks.
I'll put it back in the hot zone for that one.
Bruh.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the
I'm gonna be honest, JigsawFlex, your audience was definitely hard carrying this video. I probably would have. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be brutally honest for a second, JigsawFlex. While I don't doubt that your content is great as a whole, and while you are the pinnacle of your specific angle on Mario Kart, I can't say that it's something I'm personally interested because your takes were. You know, your takes are too cold for me, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when I'm watching stuff in my own time, like, just to clarify, when I'm watching something on stream, I genuinely want it to be a bit more spicy, a bit more enticing, because, like, it makes for fun content, it makes for fun discussions. Even when I'm watching stuff in my own time, I don't mind someone, like, having, like, more chill or acceptable or correct takes, but I want it to be like a bit more refined. Like, even when you were talking about your takes, I don't even know if you thought about them as long as I would have liked in the kind of person whose videos I watch, you know? So I'm a bit disappointed in that regard. It doesn't feel like, not only were your takes sub-zero, but it feels like you just yapped for a bit and called it a day, and that was kind of it. And if that's the kind of video this is supposed to be, then fair, but it's definitely not the kind of video that I'm too interested in. Your audience, definitely. I have to give a round of applause to your audience. Your audience? Even Mero, fantastic. Yours, very disappointing. And as I said, you're a bit too agreeable for me, JigsawFlex. You got to rock the boat in life. And I think the final image we have is from Pan Gamers. So let's look at the progression. Let's look at the progression of angry JigsawFlex if the universe was good. So this is me. I started off. Chitty Green added a bit of an Among Us to it. Kevin, did Kevin do anything? Oh. Added a bit of a, his face going red. Added a bit more. It needs more dry bone. Nice. And also bring back, but yeah, the dry bones. Upvote this stream if you're a true dry boner. Steam coming out of his ears, amazing. Added the horns as well. And then we've got some more. Oh, the frown, the gaming frown. Let's go. Amazing. So this is the final picture of the stream, guys. Well done. This is a collaborative effort from all of you. Amazing stuff.